morning, my little dumpster fire babies. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that today is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. And that's your first time here, hi, welcome back, how's the family? If you enjoy any and all things makeup related, definitely hit that subscribe button. Click the little bell so you can join this dumpster fire as well. Don't forget, if you enjoy this video, definitely give this a thumbs up. Make sure you go and follow me over on Instagram. And let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video where we are testing out some more new makeup. Now, some of these may not be brand new to the market, okay? But they are new to me, and we're going to test some stuff out, and we're going to have some final thoughts. So if you're like, what are we testing out? Okay, great. So first of all, I have this from Freck. This is the Slime Light Multi-Mineral Hologram Highlighter. It's kind of like this like purpley kind of a color. I have another e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. It's a little bit orangey. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, this is the Patrick Ta Bronzing Quad. I remember trying this. The issue that I don't remember is I don't remember what I thought of it. So I was like, let's pull that back out. Then I have a couple different lip options, but these came in like the Ulta and like Pixar with like Finding Nemo and like Toy Story, and I've never even broke out that collection, but in here they have like a lip liner and like a gloss, so maybe that could be an option depending on what we come up with. I also have these like lippy sticks from ColourPop. I have quite a few colors, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I've ever actually tried an actual like lippy stick, but we definitely have options, so we can definitely see what option might be the best. We'll swatch. And then I have this from Daness and Myricks. This is from their Lightwork Volume 3. I think I've demoed the Lightwork Volume 3 part, but this is just highlighters, like multi-chrome, multi-dimensional highlighters. And I felt like since we had like a hologram liquid, that it'd be really fun to go over it with like one of these hologram highlighters. There's like a blue, a green, one that leads a little bit more pink, and one that leads a little bit more gold. So I figured maybe we could do something with that. Next up are these eyeliners. This came in the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. And so I, like to do lashes a lot now. So I do like to have a liner down. So thought it'd be fun to try those out. I've never used a ColourPop liquid liner, so I don't know if I like them or not, truthfully. Next up, showcasing another item from the Alice in Wonderland collection in Sigma. This is the like blush and highlight palette. I figured I would maybe like this blush a little bit because again, we already do have a highlighter. I will say I have used this before. I've used this a few different times. So just to be clear, this highlight and blush duo I love. I think it's fantastic. I really do like the highlighting. The highlighter, it's just like so very just kind of like natural but beautiful. And then this is just, it's a perfectly like pale nude pink, like like a dusty rose type of pink. It's very beautiful. Then next up, this is from Makeup Revolution. So I'm a little iffy because I don't really like Makeup Revolution a whole lot. Like it takes a lot for me to be wowed by them. So I'm like, but this is their Super Dewy Skin Tinted Moisturizer Creamy Hydrating Formula. Yep, gives the skin a radiant dewy finish enriched with wildberry extract. So not hopeful, but at least like hoping maybe it'll come out. And then the star of the show, the thing that I'm most happy about is this. This is from the Gourmand Girls, and this is the Spooked palette. I mean, look at this. Can we see? Can we see? Beautiful. Stunning. So that's going to be the star of the show. So, wow, that's a lot of stuff. So if you guys are excited to see what I think of these products, what I recommend them, then definitely keep on watching. So I love to start off with my eyes. I've already primed my eyelids. Another thing that I forgot to mention that we will be trying are these brushes from Colored Rain. There's only a couple like large brushes, and the rest of them are basically like eye brushes. So I'm definitely going to be testing those out, getting an idea of what I want to do. Alright, so first off with this palette, it is very beautiful. I love like the multi-chrome effect of the lettering. I love like the very like spookiness of it, the spider webs. You do get a nice sized mirror right here, and then you have all of these shadows inside, which again are very, very beautiful. So let's go ahead and we're definitely going to do some swatches of them. So first up right here is that white shade. This is going to be Ghoul, and this is 100% a white shade. Now, I don't know if this is like the brightest and best white shade I've ever had to use, but I will say white shades that show up are kind of harder to formulate. So that's just what I've heard from a lot of people, that really good white shadows are hard to formulate. Next up, we have Trick. So this is it's like a very dark like copper, but it has like a gold shift to it. It's like very bronze with a gold. Next up we have Apple Bob, and this is just like a plain like lime green type shimmer. There's not really a shift to it. The next one right here is going to be Haunted. In the palette, it definitely looks a lot more orange, but when you swatch it, it's definitely more like a light orange. It's not anywhere near as deep as it looks in the pan. The next one is going to be Bloody, and this is a pink shift. It has like, it's red with some pink in it, a little bit of purple as well. Next up is going to be Fright. This, in the pan, it looks like it's going to be a deeper burgundy type color. Again, it looks a lot deeper in the pan than what it is. It is a burgundy color, but it looks a lot deeper in the pan than what it's swatched. But again, just so you guys know, swatches don't always tell the whole story. It could look completely different on the eyes, perform differently on the eyes. So just be mindful that swatches aren't always what you get. Next up is going to be, for the last one for this row, is Cauldron. This is like a very purple matte. Next up we have Scream. This is like a very just like projectile vomiting, kind of like a greenish brown. Next up right here is Pumpkin. So this is it's got like, it's pink with like some blue purple type reflex in it. Moving on, then we have Spellbook. This is like a not purple. This is like a very just kind of like light reddish brown, and on the swatch, again, it just doesn't look as deep as it does in the pan. Next up is Treat. So this is a purple. It's got a little bit of pink to it. It's a very dark purple. It's almost like it looks blue in a way, but definitely when you look at it on, you're like, okay, that's purple. It's like a bluish purple. Next up is going to be Spirit. This is just like your basic gold shade with some like slightly lighter champagne and like a tiny bit of pink in it. This right here is Terror. This comes off extremely pinkish. It's really hard to formulate like a true red. So your reds are always going to lean a little bit more berry, a little bit more pink, a little bit more orange, a little bit more blue. You know, something like that. And so this is definitely just one that just like leans a little bit more pink. And then the last one is going to be Spook. And this is just a basic matte black. So there are all of the swatches. So let's go ahead and let's dive on into our eye look. So here are these Sigma. So this is a medium blending, and this is a large blending. I'm gonna take the large. First of all, I'm gonna take the large blending, and I'm just going to that Ghoul shade, that plain white. We're just gonna dig in there. I'm not really experiencing any kick up, fallout, anything like that. And I'm just gonna start stamping this onto the eye, kind of set it, but also try to brighten it a little bit as well. We're just gonna do that with both eyes. Doesn't take too long to do, just stipple it on there and away you go. Okay, so I'm gonna take that exact same brush because I just went in with the white, so it's not gonna like upset anything. And the first shade I'm gonna go into is going to be this right here called Terror. So this is going to be like our transition type shade. Again, no kick up, but picked up nicely on the brush. Holy shit. Well, wow. That was, wow. Wow, that was a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. And it really didn't look like a lot picked up on the brush. Like, that's the part where I'm just kind of like, wow, just because it looked like it really didn't pick up very well on the brush. So here was me just like thinking like, oh, it's not really going to be much of anything. And it was more than just a little bit of everything. Holy mother bear. Okay, so I'm just going to go in once this time and see what happens. I mean, it's still just so pigmented. Like, what? Like, whoa. Holy balls. Nope, nobody warned me. Nobody warned me. In all fairness, I also haven't watched anybody else's reviews, so, you know. Hi. How are ya? How's life? Oh my god, that's so pigmented. And this time, again, I'm only like tapping in once and like really like dusting off the rest. So this time it really is building up. So just be mindful, if you want something that you need to build up, lightly tap it in, tap off your brush, and then go in. That's gonna give you like that like ability to just like blend out. Wow. That was like wild. So next up, just to maybe bring this in and make this like, because it definitely is very, very like pink on the eyes. Like as you can tell in the pan, it's not near as pink as this, but again, a red either pulls some kind of direction. I have not found like a really good true red. So just be mindful of that. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Fright. Okay, remember, I'm just going to lightly do this. And we're going to start this in the crease. And bring it up just a little bit, and then again I just lightly tapped in. So just gonna work on like building this up. And I'm definitely staying super pink, like even with that Fright shade, it's just still staying very like pink. Okay. I was kind of expecting this to be a little bit more red, but I don't think I'm mad at it because I do think it kind of ties in with some of like the flowers on my shirt. Like it really gives like a florally kind of vibe. So I'm okay with that. It's not the end of the world. It just wasn't what I was expecting, you know? So just something to be mindful of. Alright, so here's where things are going to get a little wild. So I think for the outer corner, this is where like the hardness comes in. Because I was originally going to go with black, but would purple go? You know what? Let's try the purple first. Because if I don't like it, I can always cover it with black. Like black, right? Like I can't uncover. So do I like the purple more? No, it doesn't look terrible. Okay, let me just put the purple over on the other side too. Because then I'm going to go in lightly, like very lightly, with the black, like over it, but like lightly, because I don't want like all the purple to really be taken away, but I do kind of want it a little bit deeper, truthfully. So we got the purple on, so I'm just going to lightly like dip into the Spook shade, and yeah, just kind of, yeah. So we need to start deciding on some shimmers. So we have this pink option, purple, the green could be cute, or this like, what is this? It's like the purple, but it's got like green shift to it, like that. It could be pretty. Let me, ooh, okay, 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 okay. Oh shit. Skirt, skirt to the last line. Okay, wow. Wow. Am I like overly impressed about this? Or like, am I not impressed enough? Like, what's going on? Now what happens if I lightly like tap like the green over it? Like, then what? Oh yeah, it's so pretty. Oh man. Okay. Like, am I obsessed? All right, like that is really pretty. I did not know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was thinking was going to come and happen, but that happened, and I love it. I love it. I'm here to say it. So now we've got these ColourPop BFF eyeliners. Again, I've never tried the ColourPop eyeliners, like the liquid eyeliners. I've tried like the in the waterline. So the first one that we have is called Scream Queen. Okay, so that's like a very just like nice black, went on nicely. The other one is called Pumpkin King. Oh, it's a white one. And it is white. Interesting. So I think I'm going to go with the black one, but I could come back and use the white one. Maybe. I'm not sure how yet, but I could. So let's see how well this goes. I mean, that went on. It glides on really nicely. Like, I'm not having any issues with its performance or anything. So far, so good. I hate trying to do this eye with eyeliner. It's like it's like the eye that's always like, twitching. It's a disaster. Okay, so I'm now going to go off camera. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to lashes, mascara, priming of the face. So that way we are able to come back. Try this. All right, so I am back now. I have got my lashes on. I have primed my face. I've used my Ritual to Feel Thorn Oil, and I've used the Winky Lux like blurring marshmallow primer for like my pores. I love that for my pores. Seriously, so good. So now we're ready to go ahead and we are ready to move on into this foundation. Again, we had already gone over where it's a skin tint and has like supposed to give your skin a glow. Okay. Here we go. Starting to pump some out. So this is in the shade. This is the lightest shade that they have. So I'm hoping this will work. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll be fine. Might be a little yellow, but like whatever at this point. Okay. So where's my sponge that I literally just had? We're just going to start stippling this in. Okay. I don't really know if this really has like any coverage at all whatsoever. Okay. Alright, so I feel like the shade is pretty good. Okay, so coverage wise, it's definitely like a lighter coverage. It did say like a tint. It's not looking bad on the skin at all. It's not looking bad. So I'm going to try to see if this is, it just says lightweight. So I'm going to try to see if maybe we can kind of build it. The only place I really want to build it is going to be like on my cheek area, like right in here on both sides where the redness really is. That's what I want to focus on the most. Okay. Just start stippling that in. I don't really know if it's really that buildable, honestly. Okay, yeah, no, it did build up. I'm not seeing it being like overly cakey with the building. Here's what I will say about this lightweight skin tint. It's supposed to be like really glowy and dewy, and I think that my skin is glowy and dewy, but I think it's because of that thorn oil, because honestly, like, I just don't really see when you, okay, this is hard to explain because if you don't have like this foundation on, it's hard to explain. So like on camera, you're like, oh, your skin's really glowy. What are you talking about? It's not super dewy. But like when I'm looking in the mirror, it's almost kind of like it has like a satin finish, more so than like a super dewy. And it just feels like the dewiness is probably from the thorn oil. So if I were to use something different, like something that wasn't like that thorn oil, that wasn't as like glowy, I don't know that my skin would then look glowy, right? I think it would just it looks kind of satiny. But I will say it sinks into the skin nicely. I'm not experiencing like any like breaking up, not any cakiness. Like it just looks fine. So I've already done concealer. I used the KVD Good Apple foundation, Good Apple concealer. So now we're going to go on into this Patrick Ta bronzer duo. So first of all, it has a cream to it. So I'm just going to take the cream and just kind of start stippling it in. Okay. Not bad. Definitely is like light, you know, where you can just like build it up, which, you know, I am very appreciative of. I will say mine is in the shade She's Statuesque. So that's like the lightest that they have. I will say I do like that it's buildable, but again, I'm like the fairest of the fair. So I would say if you aren't super fair or super light, you will probably need to like move up. Also, this is super, super cool. Like there is no warmth to this at all whatsoever. I could see where in some people it would look super gray. It does kind of lean a little bit gray, even on me. So just be mindful of that. So here's where my moment of truth comes. So I was going to use that cream blush from e.l.f. But it's just not going to go with this look. Like it's just not. So I do have this that I haven't opened. I've ordered it like a while back, and like literally this is the final blush trio that I needed from One Size. And I think this would be a little bit better. This is the Cheek Clapper in Berry Gay. So we have a cream, matte, and then shimmer. So I'm going to go into the cream part on the back of my sponge. I'm just going to tap into it very lightly so it doesn't get too much. And just start stippling it in. Yep, nope, that was a good choice. That was a phenomenal choice. Carrington, look at you making good choices. Doesn't happen a lot. But here I am with good choices as we speak, as we go, as we talk about it. Oh, yeah. Nope, that's perfect. That is literally beautiful. I'm going to try building it up just a little bit more. I love this. I really love these cheek clappers. Like, honestly, they're good. They're so good. The formula is good. So the next up we have is this Slime Light from Freck. Does it tell you how to use? Interesting. Okay, it's definitely a purple type of shade. So I'm going to take that on the same side that I did my blush on and just start to stipple that onto the cheeks. Ooh, yeah, okay. And then we're going to take that on the on the opposite side. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay, wow. Hello. She has made it to the scene. Okay, so now I need to set the face. And last video that I had posted, this was one of the setting sprays that I had tried. I was like, okay, this is still making my makeup feel kind of like it hasn't been set. So I'm going to try this again. Okay. Nope, that sat it down that time. I think maybe I just need it to be a little bit closer. But it sets it down really nicely. Like, I don't feel like it's chunked, like it feels that. Ooh, yeah, no. Oh, I love that. No. Why do I love that? Oh my God. I love it. Do you see? It looks so airbrushed. I do not use filters. I have some like little peach fuzzes. You can definitely see my peach fuzz and stuff. But like the fact that it just like sat down, it's not cakey or any. Oh man, I love that. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's move on into the bronzer portion. And we're just going to go dip right back into this palette. We're going to use this Colored Rain. This is, what the hell is this called? Angled brush. Just going to tap and get a little bit from the Patrick Ta. And then just kind of go over it. Yeah. So this definitely warms up, whereas the other one was super cool. This one definitely warms, so doing what it's supposed to do. With the bronzer. Okay. So I do like that. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember what my first like impression thoughts honestly were on this, but I really like this. I do now want to move on into the lower lash line, just so that if I need to clean anything up, I'm not also taking away from my blush and highlight. I'm literally just gonna do exactly what we did on the very top lash. And we are just going to take this and just start smoking it out. This is the first shade. This is Terror. And we'll take that Fright shade. And I'll just go a little bit closer. And then we'll take that purple, mix with a little bit of black. Go right here on the outer. Okay, so I do want to go into this Daness Myricks Mini Lightwork Volume 3, like the highlighters. And for my inner corner, I'm going to go into this right here called Spring Equinox. So this has like a gold shift to it, and I think that'd be really pretty for like the inner corner part. Okay. So now moving on to like the blush and highlight portion. So I thought that I was going to actually want to go into the Alice in Wonderland. I actually don't now. I know. I actually want to go back like into this because I thought this went really well. So I'm going to take the matte shade, which is called, what is the matte shade called? Berry That. The cream one is called Berry Vibey. And then the glittery, no, like the highlight matte hybrid one is called Bury Me, I think. Yeah, Bury Me. So, okay, yep, this was a good choice. This was a great choice. I'm in love with this choice. Wow. Is this too much? Is this too much? I don't know. I feel like it could be too much. I feel like maybe not. So then we're going to take this Lightwork 3 palette again. I need to find a highlighting brush. I don't know why that's always so hard for me to find. Okay, finally found it. Why it always takes forever for me to find a highlighting brush, I don't know. I don't know why they hate me. But we're going to go into Strawberry Moon. And that's kind of like one that's a little bit more like pinky, purpley. I'm going to start right here and just start swooping that in. Whoa. Yes, hello. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Actually, don't call me. Actually, don't call me at all. Please don't. Is anybody else like, please don't call me? I hate talking on the phone. You can text me. I'll text back eventually, but other than that, Okay. All right, so this is what we've got going on right now. This is probably it besides the lip option. So I'm gonna go ahead, go finish off the rest of my face and then come back so we can do lips. Okay, so here are the here are the lip options that I had picked out, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think any of these are gonna work. So first up, this right here is the Color Pop Lippy Stick in the shade Who Run This. Next up is Chi Chi, and then we have this one right here called Sassy. Then we have this is the Toy Story. That's a little bit too brown. I don't really like the way that their lip liners feel. And then this one is the like Finding Nemo one. I just don't feel like it's like purpley pink the way that I would like them to be. So I'm gonna go try to find another lip. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the completed and final look. I finally found a lip combo. My lip combo is the Jaclyn Cosmetics stocking. This was from her Christmas collection. And then I went over it with the Silk Balm that came with like this little duo. This was just a little bit too red, but this was really nice and like a purpley type color. And I feel like these two paired really well together versus the one from the Huda Beauty. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to rank the products that I liked from my least favorite to my most favorite. So my least favorite is going to have to be this eyeliner. Okay, let me just preface this whole thing by saying I liked everything that I tried today. I just want to preface this by saying I like all of these. So this is going to be in last place just because I genuinely don't really, the only time I'm doing eyeliner is to put my lashes on, right? Like I'm not trying to do wings. I'm not trying to do like graphic liner or anything like that. I literally just want to be able to put my lashes on. And I feel like this did that. I feel like this, you know, was nice and pigmented, glided nicely. I didn't really have any issues with it. But in terms of like excitement, my eyeliner doesn't really excite me just because, again, my eyes are too hooded to really do like a really good wing. I'd have to do like this whole thing, and honestly I just don't want to do that. So I just, you know, I just aren't that exciting, but this is a good eyeliner. I've never tried it before and I think it's really, really good. I mean, here's the black and the white. I think I didn't get to use the white, but I think that it's good. It's a good option. Next up is going to be this from Makeup Revolution. I loved the way this sank into the skin. I will say though, this says like it's like a super dewy skin tint. This doesn't have a lot of coverage, first and foremost. This doesn't have a lot of coverage. In terms of building it up, you can. It's just going to take you quite a few layers. And at that point, I'm just kind of wondering if it's going to be like really cakey. I built it up twice, but you could really still see my pinkness coming through. You know, it was less than less. But I don't mind like a light coverage because I can use concealer, and I really liked the way this looked. The only issue is that this wasn't like super dewy. I was kind of expecting something more like the Revlon Candid Glow. This to me almost kind of sat like a satin finish, more so than this super dewy, that giving me a radiant dewy finish. I didn't really find that. I thought I got the radiance from like the primers that I used, not so much this. But I do really, really like this. I was just hoping for something a little bit more like dewy. And next up is going to be this from Patrick Ta. I really, really like this as well. I know I tried this before and I honestly can't remember what I thought of it, but I must not have thought like super highly of it if I can't even remember it, and I haven't probably used it since then. But I do like the cool option that you get, especially for like my skin tone. I feel like that's perfect for like that contouring. And then you do get like a little bit more of like a bronze color for like all over the face after you like set your face. Of course, you know, if you just wanted to go in with creams, this is a good option. If you just wanted to go in with this is a good option. It's very versatile. But again, it's just like it is a little bit gray. And I think he only has like 4 shades of these, doesn't he? Like 4 shades. So then I'm just kind of like, okay, if I have the lightest one and I have the lightest skin tone and it's looking kind of gray on me, then that means somebody that's darker than me would have to get the next one up, and is that going to be too deep? You know, so I was just kind of like, oh. But I don't think it's bad. Like, I think it's, right now I do like it. Just need to play with it a little bit more. Next up is this brush set from Colored Rain. I love the way they are super nice, soft brushes. They pick up product really nicely. They dispense the product really nicely. I love like the handle of it. Like, I don't think there's anything about this that I don't like. Again, just like I have so many brushes, and honestly, if we're going to be honest, the brushes that I'm willing to fork out a good chunk of money for is probably going to be like rougher brushes. Sonia G, like Wayne Goss, like natural real hair brushes. When it comes to synthetic, I honestly sometimes think they all just kind of feel the same. And so do I want to spend more than like $10 on one brush? No, not really. Do I want to spend hundreds of dollars on like 5 or more brushes? Not really, unless they're like those natural hair, because I love those a lot more. But I feel like this is really nice, really, really soft. I just don't know, like for me personally, if the price was necessarily really worth it. I don't know. I think that's like a individual thing. And also, brushes aren't that exciting. Just want to put that out there. Just not that exciting. Okay, so next up is going to be this Freck highlighter. I really, really liked this. I thought this was so fun. It really did show up really, like, really came in with like a different color. It was like a thick in texture, but it like went on smoothly. I didn't have any issues with that whatsoever. Probably ranked lower just because this is like a very purple. And again, I would have to be wearing like a purple eye, do something like this for it to really match. Other than that, I just probably won't reach into it a whole lot because I'm not doing a whole bunch of like really colorful looks. Like, I mean, I kind of am, but like it's not like every day that's what I'm choosing. So next up, for similar reasons as the next one, is going to be this from Daness Myricks. It's a light work. I really like her highlighting formula. I think it was really fun. Again, these are all just like really like out there shades, like pink, blue, green. I thought the green went really nicely with the eye look. The purple was really nice. The issue was with me again was just like, I'm not going to use this every single day. So, you know, that's just why it's ranked a little bit lower. Next up is going to be this Spooked palette. I really love like the aesthetic. I really love the theme. The issue, the why it's ranked a little bit lower than a couple of the other products is just like solely for the fact that like this turned out to be very like purple, and I was kind of hoping these would maybe pull a little bit more red. Again, this white, you know, it was nice, but I don't think it was like a revolutionary. I love the shimmers. The shimmers is what really stole the show for me. Like, that's so beautiful. And then of course I need to play around with a couple of the other shades. But I do really like the vibe, the aesthetic. I think I was just like kind of slightly disappointed. Just like it's just like so pink and purple when I was trying to go a little bit more like red. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm still in love with this. I think this is a great palette, great quality. Next up in second place is going to be this One Size cheek palette. I rank these high every time. I love them. I love how you get a cream, a matte, and like a shimmery one where if you didn't want to do a highlighter, it's like a combo. And I absolutely love that. I think that is a fantastic, fantastic combination. The pigmentation is great. It like sinks into the skin. It's so beautiful, so airbrushed. I just love those. I own all of them, and if he ever releases more, I'm buying them because they're so good. Next up is going to be this from Flower Beauty. This is the #1 product. When I tried it before, I was like, okay, this really isn't setting my face, but this time I got closer to my face and sprayed it, and it really sat. And it sat on my face, and my skin looked so beautiful. It didn't look cakey or anything like that. It still doesn't. It looks so stupidly good. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys all enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you want to join this dumpster fire family, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell. Go follow me over on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!